Evet arkadaşlar, herkese merhabalar. Bugün Age of Empires 4 oynayacağız. Biraz rahatsızım. Böyle film modunda, hikaye modunda beraber oynayalım. İlk defa oynayacağım. Daha önceden eskiden oynuyorduk da. Age of mitoloji olsun, Empires'in normali olsun vesaire vesaire. Şimdi böyle hikaye modunda, film modunda bir içerik üretmek istedim. Beraber oynayalım, bakalım nasıl olacak.
But a storm thwarted his plans. Meanwhile, Harold discovered that a Viking invasion had landed in the north. Another threat to his crown. So he raced to fight them. In France, William waited for the right conditions to sail across the Channel to England. The weather cleared. He seized his chance.
Sesi
250 miles north, Harold had defeated the Vikings.
Yani konuşma sesi.
Now, hearing of William's arrival, his army sped south. At 9 o'clock in the morning, on this hill, William's Norman army were ready to do battle with Harold's Anglo-Saxon men.
Evet,
The
okçular
stage
atışa
was
başladı.
set, and up for
Nereye
grabs,
saldırıyor?
England itself.
Bunlar daha dur. Kim? Benim adamlarım.
On October 14th,
14 Ekim
1066,
1066'da Normandiyalı William bir tepenin eteğinde savaşa hazır şekilde duruyorlar. Yüksek bölge İngiltere Kralı Harold ve onun Anglo-Sakson geçti. Burada bu tepede İngiltere'nin kaderi belirleyecek.
William's Norman army made the first charge, launching a direct assault on the shield wall. Though William's army fought fiercely against the shield wall, it would not yield. As one man fell, another took his place. Overlapping shields in tight formation made for a near impenetrable barrier. Realizing his army could not break the shield wall, William called for a retreat. He aimed to lure the Anglo-Saxons into a false sense of victory, causing them to break formation. With Harold's men no longer in shield wall formation, William could pick them off as they charged.
Hadi. Şöyle. Tamam.
More Norman cavalrymen took to the field. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold had fallen. In the confusion, some loyal soldiers fought to the death, while others scattered in panic.
Evet, bunlar bitti. Açın lan, geliyorlar.
Leaderless and defeated, the last of the Anglo-Saxon army fled for their lives. The Normans celebrated victory over the English king, but William's quest to rule England was just beginning.
Bu öğreticiydi muhtemelen. Şimdi asıl şeye gideceğiz diye tahmin ediyorum. Çünkü hiç oynamadım. Bir de açılan içerik. Devam et.
At the Battle of Hastings, the death of one man changed the course of history. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold was killed here, on England's south coast. His army defeated by William of Normandy. Anglo-Saxon rule was over forever. At Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day 1066, William was crowned the first Norman King of England. Now he had to secure power across the country. He began by stamping his mark on the landscape, building cathedrals and castles at strategic locations.
Yorulmuş ha.
Nothing like them had been seen in England before. They reminded the Anglo-Saxon population exactly who was in charge. But not all were content with living under Norman rule. Anglo-Saxon revolts broke out across the country. King William acted quickly to crush these rebellions. But there was one region where dissent was spiraling out of control: the north of England. In 1069, a group of lords from Northumbria formed an alliance with Viking invaders. Together they approached Norman-held York, a large city with an important cathedral, still protected by ancient Roman walls. But the walls couldn't save York. The city and the castle fell to the rebels. William's new kingdom was under threat. He had to get the city back under Norman control. William had no choice but to order his men north. But as the Norman forces set off on their long march towards York, how much resistance from the rebels would they encounter? William the Conqueror marched north, with his army of Normans determined to take back the rebel-held city of York. But in his path, stood rebel towns that harbored William's northern enemies. He would take the towns back by force.
Nasıl bizim mekanımız?
The Normans captured the town of Middlethorpe, establishing their presence in the north. With reinforcements to his armies soon arriving, William would need more resources.
Parats. Laburo.
Parats. Escolto. Som stat por laborar. Masono. Laborons la terre. Comprendo.
5 köylüyü odun kesmek üzere görevlendir. Tamam. Okey.
Movans. Entendo. Laburo. Bene.
Spero.
Quod.
Okay.
Dur bakalım.
Movo.
Dur. Nerede oldu? Bir yerde odun görmüştüm ben sanki ya.
A la materia.
Ne dedi? Ağaç kesecekmiş.
Che? Seco. Escolto. A la materia. Si. Materia.
Mais. Materia.
Soyez prest, retrayez vos amouets. Quand je commande, avant. Obéir, c'est vertu. L'heure est retrayez vos amouets. Mehr Sultan! Entschuldigt vos compagnons.
With the Fulford rebels eliminated,
aldık.
William was one step closer to York. Knowing he would face strong resistance in the city, William prepared.
Masono.
Escolto. Mas.
Evet tamamla. Tamamla.
Vado a lavorare. Quid me? Io ma sono la cose.
Arco parat. Bene, bene.
Parat pour venir.
Parats pour labourar.
Cursor obbedience.
Cose sarà massonata. Io ma sono la cose. Va de la bourrard.
Mande squad.
Yapamıyorum.
Soyez prêts, compagnons.
Quado capere. Labor speranza. Io ma sono la cose.
Chiamant. Labour Spérance.
E ci li mandement.
Olsun.
Vado lavorare.
Chiamantes.
Access vos, compagnons. Je suis votre serveuse. Avant, compagnons. Apertisez votre courage, compagnons. Incontinent.
Si sommes.
Toutes auditées.
The Normans discovered the source of the Danes' threat, an outpost on the water. William had a choice:
Compagnons.
bypass the encampment, destroy it, or pay the Danes the gold they demanded.
Restons sans stress.
Préparatez à pied.
In destroying the Dane outpost, William stripped the rebels of a crucial ally.
Les commandements. Retrayez vos appuis. Certes.
the Norman army poured into York and began sacking the town as they bore down on the keep.
Aldık mı?
The keep fell to the Norman army, and York was secured. The Northern Rebellion was over, and William the Conqueror was uncontested as King of England.
William kim lan? Ben ismini koyamıyorum.
William the Conqueror had recaptured York from the rebels. Now he wanted to teach them a lesson for defying him. He began a brutal campaign of destruction to crush any further resistance, known as the Harrying of the North. Villages and crops were destroyed. It is said 100,000 people were killed. With ruthless efficiency, William the Conqueror had secured obedience in his new kingdom. But it wasn't to last. It would be thrown into chaos by his own children. When William the Conqueror died in 1087, his favorite son succeeded him, King William II, known as William Rufus. But 13 years into his reign, disaster struck. While out hunting, he was killed. William's youngest brother took his place as King Henry I. But there was a problem. At the time, Henry's elder brother, Robert, Duke of Normandy, had been on crusade. When he returned,
Fazla
he was
konuşmak istemiyorum
furious that
çünkü
Henry had grabbed the throne.
hani konuşarak oyunu bölmek istemiyorum. Bir de tek başıma böyle konuşurken kendimi
From Normandy, Robert
farklı bir şekilde
attempted to
hissediyorum.
invade
O
England
yüzden
to claim the crown
şu anda
from his
gerek
brother.
yok. Beraber oynuyoruz, izliyoruz. Bak
But he
denizin
failed.
dalgaları. Efsane, mis.
And returned home. In retaliation, Henry struck back. In a reversal of 1066, he crossed the Channel and invaded Normandy, intent on undermining his brother Robert's rule. His first target was Bayeux. This rich and splendid city was one of the jewels of Normandy. Henry was to begin his campaign by unleashing his forces on the city. Bayeux was about to
Yani
feel
bu
the
da
wrath
eski hali işte
of the
askerler
English
hep
army.
buralardan yürümüş falan filan. Vay be. Tamam baba. Buralar taş oluyor. Burada güçlü asker çıkalım.
In the brotherly feud over Normandy, King Henry I set out to make an example of Bayeux, a town still loyal to his brother Duke Robert. Henry's archers took up position on high ground outside the city and faced an immediate attack by Robert's cavalry patrol. Having deployed their palings, Henry's archers were well protected against the cavalry charge. They defeated the first patrol.
Arçeri rombov takmış hepsi.
Nu, Tulkas, set it yard. At me no word.
As Henry set his sights on burning Bayeux, more reinforcements arrived to join his army.
Vous êtes au service.
Alles with.
Yeah, yeah, we are.
Ulan.
The English approached Bayeux and saw that its towering stone walls would not be breached by manpower alone. Henry would need siege equipment and a defensible location to construct it.
Mit Waldenes.
Ansagen!
That sole Bayeux tempra. Yes, questo hala.
What surface, eh?
Veradon.
Yes, sir. West to Harlech. What surface? Each a worker. Yaru to work. That Shule Bayo timber.
Henry's infantry could now construct battering rams, siege weapons designed to break open fortress walls.
Yeah, we get that did a hit. Marquez, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yarway, each will. Strelboren, Yerwa, ik will. Yerwa. Strelboran, Sithe. Abuga, Strel, Haragongat on way. Flamboga, Arod. It shall be timbre this. Beodeth me. Strele fuse. Strele born.
And you work it. It's timber theos. There you work. Dije of yourself.
Verdemen. Yeah, Yaro.
Iche bruke that.
Vin Hester. Iche Pony. Ayore Yar. Ga. Ramrenkas. Flamboga and Ram Yaru. Werniath. Biedu Siaru Wagende. What has on well gender do? Ayore Icarina. Vin Hester. Ridende. Year, you sadly up. What is sir? Yarway. Garu Upa. Be what thought be on us? Yeah, be on me.
Ridera Yaru.
Ayoret Yar.
Forrada. Here.
Garu.
And you worker.
Yes, sir. Belt the man. Vieru Sierra Yaru.
Sierra there.
Yes, sir.
That Shule Bayo timber.
Bear death, may.
Each timber theos.
Yarway. Garwigan.
What survey they?
Garwigan.
Cheerless, your way on your Sammy Ende. Each a worker. That Shule Bayo Timbran.
Yes, sir. Yarway. Yerwas Garwigan.
Cheerless hair. Gadrende would do.
Strail Boren Yaru.
Thuhala.
Strela, Buze. Garwigan. Garwigan, Asetta. You need it up. Ioridas, Healthborough. Ferdinand. Pestes, come on. Abuga, Strelbo. Poliende, Heso. Yerbia. On Luna. Come at one Pestes. Pesta. Ramrenka. Dondes one. Ram Yar. Gandefo. Pierende. Berde. May. Kutlich. Bayard May. Ga. Ga. Be water be on us. Ram on the way. Strelboren on Styriac. Strelboren. Strelboren, Sizi. Abuga, Strelboren. Strelboren, Sizi. Je diet het open.
Full de hit. On Monarch, New Hessa.
Je sadly at open.
Look at jou weer die rijdt. Read it nu, Tulkes. Forward and dragons. Mit Baldenes.
Then Hester. You did it over. Original. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Parende no. Don't do that.
Yeah? Then Hester.
Ga upp. İçmeleri. Yes. Ridende ut. Ga upp. Hurra.
Get thee ready for Hestes. He shall daily come. Duty is none for dead. He shall daily come. It was an it is sister for us. It is sister for us. You took this. Set it down.
As Bayeux burned and the people fled in terror, King Henry basked in the victory over his brother Duke Robert. But Henry would not stop until all of Normandy was back under the English crown.
Burada indik. Devam edelim bakalım.
While Bayeux burned, King Henry pressed his advantage. Seizing key fortifications and buying the loyalty of powerful lords, Henry loosened his brother's grip over Normandy. At Tinchebray in 1106, brother would fight brother for final claim to their father's lands. Determined
yok
to
ettik.
claim Normandy and capture his brother, Duke Robert, King Henry besieged the castle at Tinchebray. But the direct assault on the formidable stone castle was failing. Unable to breach the towering walls, the king devised a new plan to capture his brother.
It is Sitha for Actus.
Henry would force Robert to defend his lands from attack by razing the villages of Martigny and Fresnes.
He shall lay it down. It's limit to hear it. Fortwarde freckes, mit baldenes. Dute is non borden. Andente to serve.
Hartes je hände!
To goad Robert out of his stronghold, Henry's men would burn the village to the ground. The village of Martigny was destroyed, but still Robert did not emerge to face Henry outside the castle. Henry would have to raise the stakes. Next, he targeted the village of Fresnes. Henry could buy reinforcements from nearby allies if he could procure the gold to pay them. Henry's ally in Bayeux sent reinforcements in exchange for gold.
Look at your the researchers.
Leoda, Hersa. Dida, hit. Steranda, Tima. Ferrat, vegan. Foliende, Hersa. Equilla.
Yet the Andente to serve. Surface. All is with.
Henry received word that Robert had sent for a fresh army to aid in defending his position at the castle. Henry had to eliminate these new forces before they could combine with the garrison at Tinchebray. Henry sent gold to his ally in Brittany, and in return, a detachment arrived to bolster his numbers.
Nu, Galast. Ferrat, vegan.
Nu, Tulkes, set it ya.
Leoda, Hersa.
Nu, Tulkes, at mean a word, Ferret. It's limit to hear it.
By eliminating Robert's incoming army, Henry had thwarted his brother's attempt at strengthening the castle's defenses. At the hands of Henry's army, the village of Fresnes was in ruins. Henry's provocations had paid off. Robert finally emerged from the castle to face his brother in open battle.
At mean a word, fellow. Candente to servant. Certes.
Bu kadar ben orada kaldım.
King Henry's tactic of luring Robert into the open had worked. Henry captured his brother, and Normandy was his. William the Conqueror's sons had resolved their long feud over Normandy, with King Henry wresting possession away from his brother. But the French King Louis VI would not accept Henry's heir as the future Duke of Normandy. Henry's fragile power would face its first test, an invasion by the French king.
Sene 1119'a geldik. 17'ye kadar. Bildiğimiz yere kadar gitti.
In the disputed countryside between Normandy and France, a smouldering farmstead gave away the beginnings of a French invasion. At the head of the vast army stood King Louis of France himself. An English scout hastily rode to inform King Henry of England, who was still en route to defend his borders. Hearing of the threat, villagers and guards fled their English-held towns and retreated to the stronghold of Fleury. Above all, the English forces in Normandy had been commanded to hold the town of Fleury and await King Henry's arrival.
Hızlı.
Here hath upper.
Yerwa. Hurra.
Your way, yell order.
One here.
Hugh Wood.
Yeah. Partas Yehanda! Listas Veras. Orada here.
At last, King Henry and his forces made their arrival at Fleury.
Set it, yo.
Knowing that King Louis himself was on the field, Henry saw his chance to put England's claim to Normandy beyond doubt.
What's our faith, eh? Yar, yes, sir. Soon are. Each will be a stealth ending.
Yahweh.
And your worker? Yes, stealth ending.
'Tis Sita for Actus.
Flamboga ad od.
Yaru Hesum.
Beodeth me. Strela fuse. Flamboga ad od.
Bitte wieder Hesse.
Vin Hester.
Strail born.
Long as good. See bastard.
Bedemen ja.
Jipper baby Hesters.
Yarwe Shepherd. What shall each war of servant chapter?
Saddled upper on the ready.
Yarwe Shepherd. What shall each be mayor but? Boa is imbu. It's better. Yahweh Shet.
Bedemen Yara.